Hey everybody! So I'm jumping on to do No Cap Sunday right quick before everybody gets here and the house gets loud. I'm outside on my parents' patio, so you're gonna hear some birds twerping. I said twerping and all this sort of thing, okay? Alright, so today the pastor preached from Luke 22. And for some, this is a familiar passage, basically where Peter's faith was beginning to be challenged. And so he tied this in with the lesson today, his sermon, in a way to talk about how, things that are going on now in the world are going to challenge our faith, whether it be the COVID or the racial tension that's going on and exposing more and more problems that we have in society today. Those things are going to be a test of faith, okay? And one of the things that stood out to me that he was talking about, well, one of the things is a lot of people have went to doing church live. I even record my pastor's sermons and post them on my pages, just in case people are not as fortunate as our congregation, where we have a small group of people and a big enough sanctuary to social distance, and so they can watch a sermon. But something that he said that really tripped us all out was that some people are not wanting to go back because they actually have more views online than they had participation in service. And tithing went up. I was like, what? But that we should not forsake the gathering of everyone. A lot of times I hear people say, you ain't got to go to church to be saved. And that's true. But it's like having a support system. All of you are coming together. You pray with each other, for each other. You get renewed. That's the way I feel anyway. It's a renewal to get you through the week. To get you through your different things that you have going on. It's also a reminder of those things to come and those things that we're going to go through and what God says about those things, in a different way. I know definitely when it comes to the Bible, I might read something one way, interpret it this way, and then and that's the way God reveals it to me, okay? But then, I might hear it in a sermon like, oh, wow, I never looked at it like that. It doesn't make either way wrong. It's just, God deals with each of us in different ways and gives us different messages. Those are just a few things that are benefits of going to church. And so that's something that he brought up about it being a challenge of faith. He also brought up, and I like this because I deal with this a lot when it comes to those things in life that I might want or praying about. He, talked about how a lot of times our trials and our tests, we get in our emotions about it and make it about us. Not that our emotions aren't important, but God's plan is first and foremost. It's all about his plan, and he used, in his way that he does. It's not about you. It's not about your emotions. It's nothing personal. It's about your growth. Okay. And you being able to share your growth and your story with someone else. Then he alluded to how, it's hard to share or tell somebody where God brought you from if you haven't ever been through anything. That I really like to, because I'm one of those people, it's like, don't try to tell me stuff. You don't know nothing about this. You have no idea what it feels like to be in this situation. I believe that we all personally go through different trials, tribulations, situations, growth, craziness or whatever. And then when God brings us out, he gives us divine appointments. And I say this all the time with people that are going either headed down a similar road that you've already been through or headed down or in the midst of that. And you are able to tell them how God delivered you. Sometimes people that have known us, they'll see us and be like, wow, you have really grown a lot, you know. And I joke around with my friends that I went to school with because we did crazy stuff as kids, you know. Some of us are still doing crazy stuff, but you know, we just did some crazy stuff and we somebody's parents now, you know. And it's so funny, you know, because we've grown up a lot, and it just amazes me to see my group of friends and their parenting roles and just different stuff that I'm just like, wow, you know. So that was a good part of the sermon, basically, where he was saying it's not, you know, get out your feelings. Basically, it is about God's glory. Then he also said to not try. He emphasized try not to complain as we go through. Now, I'll tell you now, I ain't mastered this. I haven't mastered the getting out my feelings part either. It's really hard not to complain as you go through different things. It's also very hard not to complain and then look at other people that you like, dang, they, you know, they're not faithful. They don't, you know, care about God. They don't care about this and that. And they seem like they're just really doing well over there. God doesn't want us to do that either. You know, it is a process that God has for us. And in the end, a lot of the times I've went through things, and then in the end, I'm like, okay, I can see how this benefits someone else. Or I can see how I might have wanted this thing and it didn't happen, and why it's good that it didn't. You know, it could be the best thing. You know, some things that God says no to, it's like the best thing ever that he said no to. You don't realize that that no was for your benefit, okay? And that he had something better in store for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we just don't see it until the end. So that is what I got out of the sermon. And I just want to encourage everybody to just try to, you know, remain strong in your faith through these times that we're going through. There are a lot of things going on. There are a lot of things that will test your faith. It will test you in a way where you'll find yourself having a hard time loving everyone, because everybody's not, let me see the best way to say this. Everybody doesn't behave lovable, but we still supposed to love everybody, okay? But love, again, I said this before, comes with correction. That's part of love, okay? All right, you guys, I'm going to get back in here. Today is my parents' 43rd anniversary. My dad, he made an announcement today at church. Oh my God, you guys. So we're excited for them. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. And we're about to eat. All right, you guys. No Cap Sunday. Hey, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Shay Cherie. Follow me on Facebook, Memoirs of Imperfect Christian, and on YouTube, Shay Cherie. And if you like TikTok, I'm even on TikTok, you guys. Shay Cherie, Memoirs of Imperfect Christian. Go ahead and follow me, like my videos. I will tell you now, they are different than these videos. They're more comical and just having fun. But all right, you guys, have a good rest of the day.